Hello and welcome to a new video, and today we're taking a look at the RE10 between Erfurt and Magdeburg. We're taking a closer look at a part from Sangerhausen to Magdeburg, as we've already seen the first part in one of the last videos. But for now, let's take a look at our train arriving at the main station of Erfurt. Our train today is a Lint of Abellio rail, and as you can see, the train was quite crowded as it arrived, and also as the new guest boarded the train it was quite crowded again, but later on they added a second car to our train. So the second car was quite empty because everybody was already in the first car, but as I found my place already, I didn't change the trains afterwards. As I said, I will not take a closer look at the first part as we've already seen it. Here we have the station of Sömmerda, where we are crossing the railway line between Straußfurt and Großheringen. Here you can see the typical landscape of the part between Erfurt and Sangerhausen. So a rather flat, maybe slightly hilly landscape. Here we are reaching the station of Helderungen, and soon after we are passing the station of Bredleben with a connection on to Sondershausen, and then next station is Reinsdorf, and there is a connection on to Naumburg, which is not in use anymore, just as the connection on to Sondershausen. Here we are now reaching the station of Sangerhausen, where we'll change the railway line. Now we're for a very short time on the railway line Halle-Hannover-Schmünden, and on this railway line we will also have the only tunnel of the whole train ride today, which is the Blankenheimer Tunnel, 875 meters long. Directly after the tunnel we are leaving the railway line again, and now we're on the railway line Berlin-Blankenheim, which actually is a quite big and important railway line with an important connection onto Berlin, but still it's only partly in use as the part between Wiesenburg and Barby is dismissed, and also the part between Kalbe and Güsten, so there is no direct connection onto Berlin, neither for freight trains or passenger trains. The first important stop on the new railway line is the station of Klostermansfeld, which is a very interesting station if you are a train enthusiast, as there are two interesting train systems and train lines from there. For one, we have the so-called Wipperliese, which is a train line that is only used for historic and touristic trains, and then we have the Mansfeld Mining Railway, which we can now also see on the right side, and it is also used as a heritage railway with a 750mm gauge. But today we are staying on our train, continuing on to the next station of Hedstedt. There used to be a connection on to Gerbstedt, and then we are reaching the station of Sandersleben. In between we have a few parts of the railway line where we are going very slowly. And here we can see the connection on to Halle. As you can see, it's currently rebuilt, so there was a bus replacement service at the time that I was traveling, but our line was not affected by this. But I think that the same will happen to our railway line in the near future, as also after the station of Sandersleben we had another few parts where we were going really slow, especially on bridges. So I think those bridges are quite old and they need to be replaced soon, as we were going like almost in a walking speed over these bridges. We're then continuing on to another important station. It's the station of Güsten, with a lot of connections. Still existing is a connection to Aschersleben and to Bernburg, and our railway line continues from here on to Kalbe at the river Saale, but this part is not in use anymore, it's dismissed, so we are continuing on another railway line, which is the railway line Schönebeck-Güsten, and this will bring us then to Magdeburg. Here we can see the railway lines to Bernburg and Berlin. Our biggest stop in between is the station of Stassfurt with a connection on to Blumenberg, but that's not in use anymore either. And as the train now wasn't that crowded anymore, we can finally also listen properly to the sound of our train today. Here we are now reaching the main line between Halle and Magdeburg, and on that railway line we are now going to the main station of Magdeburg. We do have a few stops in between, but not too much, as there is local trains and S-Bahn on the route as well, so we are only stopping at the most important stops. And the train is ending then in Magdeburg, a main station, which obviously is the most important stop, as we have connections, for example, on to Halle, Berlin, northern and western Germany as well, as there are also connections on to long-distance trains. And I was connecting on to the 0HC of Odeck to Berlin, as we have seen that train in a couple of videos already. I will not make a new video about this train, so the next video will start somewhere else, in fact actually in Berlin. So we just skip the next train ride, and that's it for this video for now. I hope it was interesting for you. Here you can see the name of the song and when the next video will be uploaded. As always, I'd like to say thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider to comment, like, subscribe or share the video link, and I hope to see you in my next video.